Welcome back to Fat Butcher Ribs. I have got a case of 2122 Series 1 flagship. I'm excited to check this one out. If you're ready, let's rip. All right, so 2122 Upper Deck Series 1 hobby boxes. I decided that I wanted to check this release out a little bit more. I wasn't collecting a lot at the time when this came out. I opened very little bit of it, and mostly retail at that. What inspired me? I'm a Blackhawks fan, and Spencer Knight has been crushing this year. He has been the saving grace. I mean, the Hawks have a lot of good young talent, and they've played really well in general, but he's been bailing them out quite a bit. So I wanted to see if I could pick up something fun that would give me a chance to pick up some Spencer Knight. Beyond that, this Young Guns class is, in my view, a little slept on. UPL, Spencer Knight, Logan Thompson, the Gus Bus, Swayman, some pretty solid goalies in this crop. The headliner of this group is Cole CAUFIELD, who, as you may or may not know, has been crushing overtime goals for the Canadians. And Zegras seems to be a bit rejuvenated in Philly, and then there's some solid second tier guys like Pinto, Jeannot, Dakota Joshua's doing okay, Drysdale. There's other guys, the Joe Velenos, Morgan Barrett. There's enough depth here to make it interesting and a fun open. So what are we going to be looking for? Well, obviously Young Guns, and with that, they have the French variants, not the Outburst. Those you get about 2 per case. You get the clear cuts, which are about 1 per case. And then there's some tougher pull inserts. Kind of the clear cuts, foundations, honored legends or something, and then leaders. The foundations are 1 in 360, the legends are numbered to 100, and the leaders are 1 in 4,000, so pretty tough. They have Day with the Cup flashbacks, which are pretty cool, with some all-time greats. Gretzky's on that, but he's an SP, and they're 1 in 2,880, and he's an SP of that, so we probably won't look for that necessarily. And then you have like Dazzlers, Electromagnetic, Hundo P, Young Gun canvases are in here. We'll probably get 1 or 2 of all of that, and probably 5 or 6 of the Young Gun canvases in a case. So what are we dealing with in a box? 8 cards a pack, 24 packs as opposed to 12 now. You're only going to have 1, maybe 1. There are all base packs, I believe. 1 card of note non-base in most packs. Which should allow us to move with some alacrity through these, as opposed to current day where you get 12 packs and then there's 3 cards of interest in the middle usually. There are also jersey cards in here. I think they're like 1 in 72, so we'll probably get a couple of them. They also have patch variants to 15, which we will probably not get. So all that preamble out of the way, let's dig into some of these boxes and get this case started. So, box number 1. One more thing to note before we get started. I didn't mention the price. I picked these up at basically $57 a box US. So, from a value standpoint, there's not a ton of downside here. If we get anything of note, it's going to be a win. Now, I will say, I don't remember these packs being a challenge, so that bears monitoring. So for this first box, we'll spend a little bit of time on base, but I think we'll be able to move pretty quickly through this case since it is, 1 card in the middle typically that you're looking out for. This was the 2122 design. I don't mind it. Craig Smith's starting us off. And then we got Nicholas Hagee. They are a little stuck together, which I'm not shocked by. Lafreniere. And our first Hundo P of Mark Stone. And then we had Miles Wood, Chris Kreider, Anders Lee. If these are going to be stuck together, that's even more incentive. And Riley Smith, even more incentive to move it along. So these are the Hundo Ps, no longer around. I actually really like those. I always thought those were pretty cool. There is, I think, likely one, possibly, depending on how it works out, 2 gold variations of these that should be in this case. Same thing with the electromagnetics, which I'm also actually really excited for because I think those are also very cool. We should probably get at least one and then possibly a second electromagnetic in our case that is gold. So here we go, pack 2. All right, got Jordan Greenway, Patrick Hornquist, Samuel Girard, and Teuvo Teravainen. Now of my Hawks, that is our 1 Dazzler per box, same as today. I like this Dazzler's design. It was different back in the day. The Flower back with the Knights, Roman Josi, Drew Doughty, and Martin Jones, the Sharks. All right. There we go, Sid the Kid, closer to a kid than he is now at least. Carter Hart, who looks like he'll be back in the league here shortly. Andre Vasilevsky, Jack Campbell, and a debut date of Connor McMichael. It's okay. It's okay. Those are not going to be my favorite, I have a feeling. Dylan Cousins, William Karlsson, and K. Andre Miller. Voracek, Brendan Gallagher, Ethan Bear, Johnny Gaudreau, and this is the UD Canvas design for 21-22. Quinn Hughes, good looking canvases that year. Kaprizov and Huberdeau. All right, we're meant to get 6 Young Guns in a box. Same as always, and you know there's 24 packs, so like in a current day box, you're hitting a Young Gun every other pack. Here, there's a little bit of space. You can breathe a little between your Young Guns. Brett Pesce. Hey, all right. Tanner Pearson, Rasmus Anderson, and Jakob. All right, so Wyatt Kalynuk is not a huge name, but I love that I'm starting on a Blackhawks Young Gun. So I will take that as a positive omen, that we're going to have some luck and some fun with this opening. Not going to lie, the packs opening or lack of opening is going to become an issue. I'm going to be fast forwarding, I'm sure, so you guys won't feel it, but my hands and my patience are definitely feeling it. Iafallo, Ekman Larson, the Rat, Brad Marchand, and this was the honor roll of Mark Stone. This is a Mark Stone box. Got our Hundo P and our honor roll of Mr. Stone. It's a fine basic insert. Jared Spurgeon, Danny DeKaiser, Jack Roslovich, who is actually doing quite well with with the Oilers this year, and then Duncan Keith, my guy from the Dynasty Blackhawks. Yes, they are a dynasty to me, so he is a dynasty guy. Man, really having to break these bad boys apart. Elias Pettersson before there was a second. Philip Forsberg, Yandel. Who's this guy? Thomas Hertl and Torrey Krug. UD Portraits, they were a little bit more understated back in the day, and that's quite the hairstyle. Sean Monahan, Kasperi Kapanen, and Dylan Strome with my Hawks. All right, probably about ready to get one more Young Gun, I would imagine. It's been a minute. I think so far we just got Wyatt. So I think now's the time. Man, look at these things are really crusted up. All right, Tyler Myers, Tage Thompson, Richard Panik, and Joe Valeno, Young Guns. That's not bad. He's still hanging in. Cal Peterson, William Nylander, Mario Ferraro, and Vladislav Namestnikov is really sticking. There he is. Okay. All right, the stick on these, I'm not shocked because I think I've opened retail of this, not that, like within the last year, I think I opened a blaster that was sitting around at Target. I don't remember the packs being this challenging. I do remember there being a bit of stick on some of those cards, so hopefully it gets better as we go. Zach Parisi, Tyler Seguin, Eric Robinson, Alex DeBrincat, Oliver Bjorkstrand, good looking canvas. Talking to the guys up in the booth. All right, this is just a brick of cards here in the back. Blake Wheeler, Stutzla, and Lindblom. All right. We're definitely only doing one box where we're taking our time. Crunchy. Shifley. And it looks like we're going to have, we're going to have our first piece of memorabilia. Lucky us. Josh Norris. Konechny, and it is a flyer, and it's James Van Riemsdyk. Okay. Nick Schmaltz, John Carlson. So Van Riemsdyk, nice little piece of jersey there. Let's see, game used hockey memorabilia. Okay. Yeah. No complaints with game used hockey memorabilia out of a hobby box. I think this was definitely one of the things. Like, do I like the fact that they've restructured the format of these boxes? Yes. This is something, frankly, I think they could bring back. I'd rather have something like that than a pop count, let's say. Maybe I'm alone in that. All right, Trevor Moore, Thomas Grebs, Brent Burns. Oh, come on. Kerfoot, the Gus Bus. Nice. Philip Gustafson, Young Guns. This is one of the guys we're after. He is a solid, probably mid-tier goalie, I guess. Maybe, your mileage varies. Maybe you think of him differently, but that's a nice pull. Clean looking design. I like this Young Guns design. I'm partial to it, so very happy with that. All right. I mean, yeah, it's stuck. All right. Ty Smith, Marcia So. Ooh, Maxime Comtois, electromagnetic. That is a cool looking insert. I know it's not around anymore. It's, readily available. I liked it. Peterson, Coyle, and Weber. We are going to be flying through some base after this box, I can guarantee you. Marcia So, Kako, Nick Leddy, former Hawk. Pulled the Nick Leddy auto out of my box set from the Centennial product for the Hawks. So very excited to have hit that. All right, what do we got here? Mackenzie Blackwood, Victor Hedman, Semyon Varlamov, Braden Shen, and a Zach Parisi, Hundo P. I do like the Hundo piece. Henrique, Troy Terry, and Claude Giroux. All right. Those were less stuck. I hesitate to say it. Those were less stuck, and some of these packs are opening better. Famous last words. Bo Horvat, Adam Lowry, Carter Verhaeghe, Jordan Greenway, Adam Boquist, Shea Theodore, and Elvis Merzlikins. Okay, so is there a French variant in here? There is. Look at that. I was 100% not going to find these, but I did find it. So our Jordan Greenway is our variant français, which is one per box-ish, I think. I don't know. All right, let's see. What do we got? Cirelli, Panarin, Josh Bailey, John Leonard on the debut dates. Fair enough. Jesper Bratt, Tyler Johnson, Jake Allen, and Adam Fox. Comfort, Tyranny, Nicholas Deslauriers, Chris Letang. Nice, throwing up a little snow spray. Good deal. Speaking of snow spray, as we see Tarasenko, Dadonov, JT Miller, and Morrissey, there aren't that I could find like short printed autographs or anything, which is fine because the autos in flagship are typically pretty rough. But yeah, no snow spray autos. But there are Easter egg canvas that are black. I'm not really sure the odds on those, how rare those are going to be, but that'll be something else to look out for. GP, Jean-Gabriel Pajot, Morgan Riley, Matt Zuccarello, and Matthias Samuelsson Young Gun. Edmondson, Kuznetsov, Dubois, and relatively young Jack Hughes, year three-ish. All right, so we have, I think, our fourth Young Gun in the books. Couple more to find. I'm a sucker for checklists, and this is J-Rob and Kaprizov, young versions of both. DeBrusque, UC Soros, another honor roll. Jordan Binnington and Pasternak is our honor roll. Jack Eichel, back when he was on Buffalo before he went and started winning. Matthias Ekholm and Jacob Chikrin. Nice. All right. Stahl, Seth Jones, portraits of Svechnikov. What else? Oh, it's Chandler Stevenson. Portraits are fine. Jeff Carter, Jeff Perry, Mikko Koskinen, and Noah Hannafin. Hit the gas. Josh Anderson, Lars Eller, Dylan DeMello, Nico Hischier, and Tice, don't call me Tage Thompson. Fair enough. Archibald, Hoglander, and Aho. Tice Thompson is not the Thompson you're looking for. Okay, Rasmus Dahlin, Victor Arvidsson, Michael Bunting, Dougie Hamilton, and the old throwback Whalers jersey, kind of cool on the canvas photo. I like that. Darnell Nurse, Anton Khudobin, Cale Makar, and Vitek Vanacek with the caps. Okay, 3 packs left in box 1. Zadina, Demko, Matthew Tkachuk, Radim Zahorna. I do not remember Radim. Bob, Sergachev, Nedeljkovic, and Slavin. Okay. Radim Zahora. This will be an introduction to a few people, I'm assuming, as I go through this. I like that Connor. Nice. Connor McDavid, Dennis Gurnov, Gabriel Landeskog, who I saw score a goal the other night. It's nice to have him back and healthy. Justin Schultz. I believe this is a gold. Is it a gold debut dates? I believe it is. Not that there's a lot going on with it, but Alexander Romanov, goldish debut dates. Boy, that bad boy is miscut left to right here. Yikes. All right, one more pack. Gibson, Silverberg, Joel Farabee, and our second electromagnetic, Patrick Laine. It's a good looking card. I still like those. Gensel, Hayes, TJ Brody, and Justin Holl. Okay, that's one box. We took our time. One, because I wanted to see, just kind of ease our way into it. 2, I was struggling mightily with the packs. And 3, there was some sticking that did seem to subside the further into the box we went. So that's somewhat encouraging. So we'll move some of this out of the way. We'll get into our second box, and we're gonna pick up the pace. Box number 2. And we're off with Jamie Drysdale as our first young gun. That's a solid name. Don't mind that one bit to get us started. Nice way to kick off a box. All right, we're getting a little less stick on these. Hey, Dominic Kubalik, Rowensky, and all right, maybe these were not as, I'm sure I've looked it up and put some odds or something up, but debut dates, Kevin Lankinen. It appears to be colored in some way. I had one of those in my other box. I don't think it's very valuable, but we'll see. Blake Wheeler on my Hundo P. Fair enough. Nice Johnny Tavares. All right, McCann back with the Penguins. Okay. Got something hiding, and it is Ovi. Honestly, looking relatively aged back then. So, and Matt Grilchik, who solid enough, even though he's being pretty protected for my Hawks. Patrice Bergeron, like that. Like that he's in the product still. Simon Benoit. Yeah. Okay. Justin Yari. It's kind of falling off of the face of the earth a little bit. Trevor Moore. Dylan Cousins. I do like the canvases. They do look very nice. This might actually feel like too much of a speed run because there's just one card to really stop on. So I'll try and spend a minute, or not a full minute, maybe a second or two on a few extra packs. It's a good looking McDavid Superstar Honor Roll. Don't mind that one bit. Good stuff. Nice Johnny Hockey on the Electromagnetic. That is a great looking card. Be very happy to get this in a gold variant. Looks like another canvas. Forget it. Nick Suzuki. Good looking canvas. Overhead shots always are a win. Even the shots on the back on the canvas are pretty solid. So, Elias Lindholm. Good looking Dazzlers. These are going to grow on me. Frankly, every Dazzlers design ultimately does grow on me at some point. Funny enough, I grabbed 2 packs because that's just kind of the thickness I'm used to when grabbing a pack, because the packs are a little bit more hefty these days. All right, let's see. Oh, these bad boys are stuck. Probably a young gun. No, debut dates. Ty Dellandrea. Okay. Okay. Man, these are sticky. Ole Alsing. I will look up some of these dudes who I'm not familiar with, and maybe I'll put some of their stats or something up, but maybe I won't. But Ole Alsing, that's a new name in my world. Ooh, good looking Ryan O'Reilly. All right. Oof. Joe Veleno part 2 already? Yikes. Okay, well, first duplicate young gun in the books. Oh, that's pretty nice. Little Jack Campbell exclusives to 100. I do like that. And I do like how they had that little bit of coloring signifying that it's an exclusive. So that's awesome. I mean, look, I opened, I don't know, two cases of 25-26. I got 1 exclusive out of 2 cases, so I'll take it where I can get it. All right. My goodness, these things. Wade Allison. Okay, well, Wade Allison it is. All right, we got a debut dates, Peyton Krebs. Rookie retrospective, Alex Lafreniere. It's an interesting looking insert. And if you haven't noticed, I'm not going to go through here and unbrick. I'm going to wait until I'm sorting later. The bricking is ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. Young Guns of Parker Kelly. It's fair. It's fair. Don't mind Parker Kelly. It's not a guy I'm chasing by any stretch. We got, oh man, we got all 6. Jamie Drysdale. Yeah, Jamie Drysdale, I think, is top of the pops on our Young Guns. Hey, there it is. By it, that is the Easter egg black UD canvas. So, I like that. That's a nice little extra hunt for Philip Hronick. Just laying down on the job back there, but a little something spicy for a pretty unspicy box. Garrett Pilon. All right, hang on a second. Now I've got to go back and look. Were one of my Young Guns a variant français? Am I crazy? Did I get 7 Young Guns? I did. And they're not French. Okay, that's weird, but I'll take it. Okay, let's see. Hischer and Rupe Hints celebrating. Good for you. Okay. Another rookie retrospective of Josh Norris. Okay, not bad. And a portrait of Kalen Addison to close out box 2. Okay. Still a sticky situation with some of these cards. We got a bonus Young Gun. You know, Drysdale, and then we got our second Veleno, I guess is probably it. Some work still to do. We'll clear this out. We'll get into another. Third box. Nick Robertson debut dates, another chunk of cards there. Ooh, okay. Got a nice rookie Dazzlers of Cole Caulfield. That's a nice little sneaky bonus hit. Take that all day, every day. Wouldn't mind getting a pink version of this card as well. Get a little extra boost to the to the bottom line, such as it is. Yeah, that's actually really cool. All right, let's go. And another electromagnetic, Russ Stalin. And a Carey Price on the UD canvas. Cool looking card. Yet another name I'll be looking up after the fact. Jeffrey Viel, or Viel. Young Guns, number 1. Got our honor roll of Sebastian Aho. J-Rob on the rookie retrospective. These hold very little monetary value, but they don't look half bad. Ah, there we go. Riley Smith, French variants. I don't think I've found a French variant in box 2. Maybe they're not every single box. I'm not up on my French variant game. I'll have to pop up the odds here. I can tell you one thing I don't want to do is go back through all of these cards and look for one that says French variant. Nolan Foote on the debut dates. I don't love... So there's the debut dates, and there is the rookie retrospectives. One of the two. One of the two would have been enough. Jamie Benn on the UD canvas, celebrating, and he's got his Barney Day jersey in purple on the back. Keaton Middleton, my goodness. Really would love to run into Spencer Knight here. You know, Zegras, Caulfield, sure. Really want to run into a Spencer Knight early so that I have some hope of running into him again later. And honor roll, Nathan McKinnon owning the points leaderboard yet again. UPL, nice little rookie portraits for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Hey, there it is. First big young gun of the box. Or not the box, the case, honestly. But Cole Caulfield. Let's take a quick peek at it. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty clean. I don't know if it's a grader or not necessarily, but the good news is he showed up somewhat early, which means there's a good chance he might show up again somewhere late. So it's the name of the game oftentimes with flagship is, can you get two of the Chase Young Guns? That is usually how you make a difference. But this box, it's spicy. It's got the Dazzlers and the Young Gun of Cole Caulfield, so we're getting it done a little bit here. And we're back to earth a little bit. We got Tice Thompson on the Young Guns canvas. Tice Thompson, not my guy. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of pulling Tice Thompsons, but take the good with the bad. Take the good with the bad. All right. And a second Parker Kelly. I don't love that I'm getting doubles of Parker Kelly and Joe Veleno. And we got our first clear cut. It is Solid Vet and Nicholas Hagee. I believe these are like 1 in 96 for a vet clear cut like this. So, yeah, not the easiest thing to hit. It's a little washed out in the colors, but yeah, it's kind of nice. This box has been more interesting for sure. Ilya Sorokin, rookie retrospective. I was able to peel it apart. Brent Burns, big beard, UD portraits. Jacob Bryson is a young gun we have not seen, so it's nice to just not get duplicates. I like getting a little bit of variety. Erik Karlsson with the man bun. Okay. I'm sure I fast forwarded. I had to shoe a cat. Daniel Walcott is our young gun. All right. And again, we're at 6 young guns with a couple of packs, a pack or two left. So let's see if we get a bonus yet again. Hey, look at this. Very nice. Pasternak and McAvoy, clear cut foundations. These are pretty rare. These are 1 in 360, so just a little more than 1 per case odds. So you're not guaranteed to get this at all. This has been a really fun box. This is one of the kind of chase things I was after because I thought these looked super cool. And seeing it in person has not changed my opinion. I still think that looks super cool. I don't think there's crazy expensive, quote unquote, valuable, but I'll take it. Let's get in our last pack. We got our Hundo P of Alexander Barkov. I do like the Hundo Ps. And our base. Okay. 3 boxes down. We're going to do a 4th box in this section, and then we'll wrap it real quick. But box 3, we're improving. Let's keep up that momentum. Box number 4, here we go. And we get started with a Johnny Hockey Portraits. Very nice. Do like that. Portraits are a little understated, but I do like it. Hey, all right. This is what we're here for. The whole reason I decided to go through this and put my hands through what has turned into a bit of a torture chamber is my guy, Spencer Knight. Love that young gun. I am super pumped. And yeah, really excited to get that early, which means I might get another. One can only hope. Big win. All right, here we go. And we got a Taylor Hall. It's one of his many stops along the way. Ross Colton. That's a solid enough mid-tier guy out of this class. So good little starts of the young guns, Colton and Knight. And another clear cut, Cam Fowler this time. Okay, starting to pick up the clear cut pace. The imagery is a little washed out on these. I'm not sure why, other than maybe technology has just improved, but in person, actually I'm looking through the camera on the phone right now, and the colors actually don't look bad at all, but in person, it feels a little pale. Ooh, there we go. Another electromagnetic of Evgeny Malkin, who is having an outstanding year this year, as are the Penguins as a whole. So, good one to pull. And we've got our McKinnon portraits. Wade Allison Part 2. We're getting, it looks like one duplicate per box. Just not the dupes we're after. Pavel Zacha is our canvas. And a brick of base. UPL Young Guns, another solid young goalie. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking our, other than Wade Allison being a duplicate, I'm liking our young guns here. Hey, that's pretty nice. This is a gold Hundo P. These are about 1 in 192. That's a tougher hit. And yeah, nice name in Austin Matthews. Gold Austin Matthews Hundo P. You're not going to see those every day. So that is why we open something like this, to see something cool like that. Less cool. Niels Höglander debut dates. A Nikolai Ehlers on the electromagnetic. You know, there's always a couple of insert sets I can do without, and a couple I really like. I really like the electromagnetic. I could do without these debut dates and rookie retrospectives, man. Those are tough. There it is. Miles Wood, French variants. Knew there was something afoot here. And what was afoot is Francais. But never let it be said that I give up, so I'm going to keep using it. Matthew Tkachuk on the Hundo P. Ooh, I like that. I like that OV canvas. That was ensconced in a brick of base, but nice one. Josh Dunn on the young gun. That might be all the young. Have we gotten how many young guns? We've gotten 5, so we only have 1 more to go, and we've got a pretty fat stack of packs. And Mikko Rantanen on the honor roll. Okay. Not bad. This is the Niels Höglander box. Got his debut dates and his rookie retrospective. All the bad all at once. Feel bad giving Hoaglander a hard time. You know, honestly, if he had a canvas that popped, or ooh, speaking of canvas, that's a pretty nice looking Patrick Laine image. But yeah, if Hoaglander had a canvas or Hundo P or something like that, I wouldn't be as upset with him. Kalen Addison, Young Guns. That should be it for Young Guns. And we still have 3 more packs, so I wonder what we'll find. We have our French card. Got the gold Hundo P. Maybe just some base inserts, who knows? And Svechnikov on a roll. And a Hundo P of Ryan O'Reilly. Nice. All right, so look, I mean, it's just basically 2 bricks with a Hundo P in the middle. Should be a Dazzlers, and it is David Perron with the Blues. All right, so 4 boxes are in the books. Part 1 is in the books. Cole Caulfield, Spencer Knight, both have shown up, which they were the impetus for this, so really happy. A couple of lessons learned. 1, these cards are bricky. It is what it is. 2, the packs are incredibly difficult to open for a flagship pack. Not happy with that. It is what it is. Lesson 3, the new format with fewer packs, with a few extra, you know, what are likely going to be worthless inserts in many cases, versus a lot more packs with a single, maybe worthless insert, or maybe Young Gun, or maybe something interesting. I prefer the current format. I've figured that out the hard way here. Breaking a lot of cases of this, probably not on my to-do list, but I still have 8 more boxes and a lot of fun stuff hopefully still to find. So I'll do a full case recap at the end of the last video. I'm going to do this in 3 parts. So we'll take a look back and see how we did all together. I appreciate you starting out on this journey. Hopefully you check the whole thing out, and good luck to us as we continue our journey in 21-22 Series 1. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.